Welcome everyone to the Bojangles Southern 100 at Darlington Speedway. My name is Irishman GFS. I'll be your host today. I'm joined by fellow commentators Nitro and DGF. Say hello, guys.
Top of the morning.
Don't steal intros from our YouTubers. On the pole for this race is Hunter B in that beautiful Jeff Gordon throwback. Flying to his right is Nick Stant in that beautiful Kevin Harvick throwback. Then is that racing kid in that beautiful Sterling Mullen throwback. Then Mark Silas in that beautiful Smokey Unic throwback. And lastly, Hirohito in that Adam Petty throwback.
The pace cars ducked off as we're about to get set for 74 laps here at the Lady in Black.
All right, let's get that cloth waving. We are green at Darlington. What are you predicting for this race today, fellas?
Chaos.
I think it's going to be rougher than the FSS race, but I don't think it's going to be quite to the magnitude of last year.
I can see that. Coming to the line, it's a Toyota Train, top 6 positions. They're going to gain a lot in the Manufacturers' Championship. Hunter B leads lap 1.
As here comes the very suggestive sponsored number 95 Sterling Marlin car of that racing kid.
We see he's trying to make a move for the lead. Let's see if we can make it stick.
And Sterling Marlin takes the lead off 4. He's going to bring the 45 of Adam Petty with him, secretly disguised as Makramana Hirohito. And now here comes Hirohito to the lead. And we'll see if he can bring the 56 of Nitro along with. And now Nitro peeking to the bottom. And he's going to get the lead out of 3. Oh, the 45's fighting back. And he's going to clear him through 1. And Nitro, on a part-time schedule, is going to take the lead. As now here comes a second part-time car, the number 10 of Orioles. And he's going to take second. We got 2 part-time entries in the top 2. It's an absolute miracle here. As look at Hunter B. He gets thrown out of line. And now it's the 76 of Logan Mann in 3rd. Then it is Racing Kid. And then the 14, the Daytona winner, No Nothing. And then we got the Ream Machine, the 94 of Chase Elliott TV. And then it's Priya McShane honoring Bill Elliott in the 98. That may be Elliott Sadler. I apologize. And here's another part-time entry, the 15 of Ben Pye, I believe this is. Let me just check that to confirm. Yes, it is the 15 of Ben Pye, as now Logan Mann looking for second place on Orioles. Logan's not had the greatest of seasons. Currently sitting 23rd in points. That number 10 of Orioles has been basically tearing it up everywhere. He finished second yesterday in the Darlington race. As now, we got 3 wide. TS Media caught on the outside. Savage pushed down the middle. No contact. He turns Irishman into the wall. And we got a big accident. The 43 of Bacon Rocks is in it. I think I saw Chemo in the 5 as Nitro leads him back to the line. Caution is out for the first time today here at the Lady in Black. And, well, We knew it was going to be a matter of time before we would see a little too much take rather than give. And unfortunately, it happens on the 9th lap, as Nitro appears to be leading the field in for green flag pit stops.
These are not green flag pit stops.
I'm sorry, yellow flag pit stops.
Ashman, are you there? Did he leave to do something?
We're having some technical difficulties as the field files their way down pit road. We're going to see if anybody stays out, but knowing the fact that this place is very, very reliable on tire wear, I don't think a single soul is going to stay out on the track, and it doesn't appear that way. This is the best way you could get to see all those pretty paint schemes out on the track. They did a lot of hard work, those painters did, to get these cars ready. As Chemo... Yeah, they did. As Nitro leads the field out of pit lane, I think I saw Chemo run into the Indiana Pacers, number 81 of Thick.
Forgive me, man. I had some important business to deal with, if you know what I mean.
All right, very understandable. I had some microphone problems, and by that I mean my internet connection.
While we are dealing with some technical difficulties, we're going to go take a look at what brought out our first incident of the day.
Looks like Bacon Rocks.
Bacon Rocks was a victim in this. It's going to go 3 wide here. As watch Irishman, he's going to make it 3 wide with Savage in the middle, and then the 97 of TS on the outside, and then they just run out of racetrack.
Man, he works so hard on these throwbacks. It's such a shame to get them all torn up. The Eclipse Motorsports team was running a themed throwback to the Darlington race in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2003, and spraying the Carolina Dodge dealers 400. And now there's only one car, and the Coleman car, as car has been taken out, and the David Blaney car has actually.
We're going to go on board Camo in the number 5. Please sponsor this person car.
We've seen... Probably expected, but I am hearing a lot of expletives on the Irishman GFS radio. A particular word is fuck.
I wonder where we're getting that knowledge.
As you're now about to get set back for the restart, it is Nitro in the lead, then Logan Man in second, the 95 of Racing Kid in third, and that is the 94 of Chase Elliott TV, and then Priya McShane rounding out the top 5. Nick Sant runs 6th, the 41 of Wrangler 7th, the 15 of Ben Pye is in the 8th position, then Richard Herman in the 53 in 9th.
Yeah, the big loser out of that actually was Irishman himself. He is actually second in points. Without a doubt, he's losing that position today.
Being told that the 5...
Starting on the bottom as he is the left end after that accident. Let's hope he gets today.
The 43 of Bacon Rocks has indeed pulled into the garage. Her day is done.
I saw Camo's number 5 still in the pits as the green flag is back out. There he is.
Do not let Page the field, Mr. Camo. Logan Man, a familiar face, very well liked among the ACS competitors, in second place right now.
Here comes Priya McShane as she makes a move around the 94. And now we've got 2 of the GPM cars currently running in the top 4. As Nick gets passed by the 41 of Wrangler for 6th.
Logan Man looking to make a move on Nitro as they got another back straightaway. He's right on his bumper. He looks high, trying to get a little bit of air, and nothing.
Something remarkable I'd like to bring up, that 3 of these top 4 cars have missed a race in some way or another this season. Well, not anymore as the 95 gets thrown out of the way by Priya.
Yep.
Camel currently being shown 2 laps down. The 03 of Mountain Dew also 2 laps down. Why don't we get an update where our championship leader is running? That would be the 27 of Dale Reynolds, which is currently back in 33rd. So not a good day for Reynolds, as Logan makes another peek down to the bottom on the 56.
Not a good day for AIM at all in the ACS series. Butterf Racing didn't qualify again. The boss man got involved in a wreck. Points leader is running terribly. Do the Do is nowhere to be found. Same with Zach.
It seems like they used up all their luck in yesterday's race.
It seems almost as if they switched to engines and they're running FSS engines in this race.
Anyway, as Logan is still stalking the 56 like it's a dog to the mailman.
Very interesting analogy. This track has always been notoriously tough to pass at. And we're definitely saying that here. Once you get in behind someone, you've basically got to wait until they screw up. You can be the best driver in the world and you can't make a pass unless the person in front of you is worse than you.
Yep.
BKR and the number 2 has entered the top 10 in the track at the moment. And with Dale Reynolds and Irishman being way in the back of the field, this could be a good chance for both BKR and that number 40 of Nick Sant to capitalize on the top 2 in points.
Yeah. Just a second, man. I gotta go take another business call.
As that beautifully painted number 40, Reese's Toyota of Nick, moves into the top 5 as he punts the 94 out of the way. Although he might get sized up himself by Richard Herman in the 53. Running a throwback to the 2000s Everham Dodges. As Nick may have brushed the wall there.
5395 happens to be a Dodge factory team, which is why they're always sponsored by Dodge. And in this race, they're doing, of course, a throwback to another Dodge factory team.
Nick
Right now,
says, see you later, as he gets thrown way back. He's probably going to fall outside of the top 10.
This track, there's almost no recovery from it, from a bad move.
Logan making another peek, but can't seem to find the momentum. As you said, it is notoriously difficult to make a pass here. However, while these two have been scrapping it out, the 98 of Priya McShane and the 41 of Wrangler have slowly but surely reeled them in.
Because right now, from the looks of it, 3 of the top 4 cars are actually not running throwbacks. Way to participate in the throwback thing, guys.
I should also mention that 3 of the top 4 are Toyotas. The odd man out there being the 76. As we go back a little bit, here is Pantalica and that Martin Truex car making his way to the front. And that quoted to be nutty Thick Daddy Indiana Pacers scheme as the 95 slaps the wall.
Again.
Priya McShane, she's had aside from a DNQ at one point this season, she's had a pretty promising rookie year. Currently sitting just outside of the top 20 in points. And with a run like this...
For the team she's driving with, her place, if she wasn't a rookie, would have really been a Priya McShane.
Yeah, but it would have been. As now the top 4 are doing their best train impression. Just look at that, they are hooked up right to each other. Now the question is, which of those cars is going to derail?
It's like Wrangler was trying to make a pass on Priya, but nothing came of it.
Yeah, and when everybody gets locked up like this, it just becomes that much harder to make a move, but it also becomes that much harder to get a spot back in line if you get thrown wide. Oh, Nitro pushed up the track there, but Logan was not able to capitalize.
All right, man. I'm come back with some food and some tacos. You want any?
No, thank you.
All the clerks know we didn't want to do policy.
Fitting you bring up tacos as the camera pans in here on the 76, the Taco Bell machine.
We have crossed over the 1/3 point of this race. So, if
I don't care.
If you are keeping track of the percentages in this race, what are you doing that for? That's our job.
I don't care about the no eating policy.
Meanwhile, Nitro gets blocked by the lap car of Mountain Dew fan, and this is going to shake up everything as here comes Logan. And he's going to take the lead as that 56 is going to fall at least back to 4th, and they may lose more if Herman and BKR get by.
This may very well match up the field.
Rolling chicane time.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the way that the league works, if you go up down, you pretty much immediately become a roadblock.
That's your destiny, pretty much, if you get involved in a wreck and still continue.
And
Okay.
I see Nitro giving him the one-finger salute as he goes by.
You look at what happened to slow motion at Charlotte. He flipped over and continued, ignoring many pleas to get off the track.
We were talking about some Ray Evernham throwbacks. Here's another one, the 44 of Big Blue.
Ooh, look at that gloss, that 81 there, that Pacer scheme.
As here comes Wrangler for 2nd place.
Did you just say rainbow?
I said Wrangler.
I heard rainbow.
I'll tell you what, though, he is bucking like a Bronco as he gets around the 98. And McShane is going to go back to the end of the line.
You know, we talked about rookies yesterday quite a lot. Priya is the... Oops.
Meanwhile...
Priya is making a case to be the best rookie of the year. I apologize, Priya. I just could not. I do not try to stop burps.
This is why we can't have nice things in the booth.
The booth has never been nice.
Yeah, we are kind of just like standing on top of a fence and talking to 2 hands.
Meanwhile, Richard Herman is now moved up to the 3rd position.
Richard Herman moving into the 3rd position is no laughing matter.
As we're getting closer to the halfway point, this race is a long one.
It's very fortunate that I do improv a lot, so it's easy to blow these things up and reveal them.
So now we have 3 of the top 10 as Pentelica hops into the top 10. There are 3 GPM cars, and here comes the 41 of Wrangler, not Rambo. Make the move for the lead as Logan gets thrown wide.
This is definitely a long one. At 100 miles, y'all know how I felt at the Charlotte race. It was also 100 miles, and it was so long.
100 miles is 100 miles.
As Herman is hunting down the 41. Although Logan was able to get back in line in 4th.
You know, yesterday we actually talked about 5395 Racing, about how they weren't able to recapture their S2 brilliance. If Herman can make the pass and take this win, we might actually be back in S2 5395 Racing brilliance.
You mentioned their Dodge support on this team. There's been some talk that Dodge can sponsor as many as 3 of their cars next season, as confirming at least the number 53 and the 41. And they could also sponsor the newly renumbered number 9 next year as well. Bit of information that was dispensed to us from Herman himself. So we'll have to see where that goes.
Right now, I bet just some of these drivers are praying for a caution so they can restack and make some moves, especially in an odd-numbered position.
Nitro,
Well, it actually can happen on a restart, You never know what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
as Nitro gets around Logan for 4th and McShane follows.
All right.
Wrong pipe.
Gotta give a pat out in the back to that number 2 snap-on machine of Big KR, running in 3rd place. He's been honestly one of the most anonymous drivers in this series ever, but Big KR has definitely had some very good results. He finally broke through and won a race this season.
Auto Club. Yeah, Auto Club.
Yeah, and he almost, of course, came close to winning a couple of times last year at both Dover and Miami. And once again, when drivers that he's competing have fallen by the wayside, he is there to pick up the pieces as he throws Herman out of line, and he's going to take 2nd. And look at Nitro sweeping under the 53 to take 3rd.
My burps are not
The
that
editor's going to
funny.
have a fun time trying to edit out this race, won't he?
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Okay.
Breaking,
Just making sure.
no, bro,
As
breaking
BKR,
fourth wall is not something we do often here.
this top 6 have broken away considerably.
This fourth wall that we had built here, especially for us, it's pretty much been shattered.
Someone that's definitely fallen out of the top 10 from what I've noticed at the start was Know Nothing. He made it clear if he makes it in the top 10 in points this season, he's going to retire. That's clearly not the case right now.
Yeah, and he's not. He was running well earlier in the race, but he has since fallen back. We're gonna go a little bit further in the back.
His name is pretty accurately described what he has done in this race. No, nothing.
He's done more than his old friend Penguin, though.
Here comes Hunter. He's looking for P7 on Orioles.
The top rookie of the Fairlight Sportsman Series this season.
Orioles has been fast really wherever we went. Remember, he won the pole at the Dover race in some pretty stunning fashion and went on to get a top 10 finish there.
Yep, even avoided all the wrecks.
Oh yeah, that race was special in the first half.
Indeed.
And Pantalica is going for P7 on Hunter.
Now, Yogi Metallica Racing finally showing some legitimate speed from what I can see here. At least in the ACS. They've obviously shown speed in FSS. Obviously, it's season 1,
How about? And here comes the 15 of Ben Pye, the current. Well, he was the championship leader, although that may change because he didn't run too well yesterday. As Herman's going to get around Nitro for the 2nd spot. As BKR also got thrown out of the way.
It's becoming a 6-horse race here for the lead right now.
Although the 41 is starting to distance himself.
One could argue it's just a 5-car battle for second.
That argument could also be made.
One could also argue that it's a 40-car battle for the lead.
I mean, 38 now. That got
Well, 30. Yeah, same thing.
True.
BKR doesn't seem that he's missed a beat despite getting forced out. He gets around Logan. Is going to drop that taco into the... You know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence. As now Nitro is going to get around the 98. As the top 2 have checked out.
Hold on. Gentlemen, if God forbid this happens, but if Freya were to go and crash, would we call her car a flat Stanley car?
I would agree with that.
I don't know, it's unlikely though. However, it would be rather humorous for the other 41 drivers in the field.
You know something that's annoying? Eating tacos even when you run out of drink. I need to go get a drink. I'm community working.
Tail Reynolds is running. Meanwhile, the championship leader is back in 34th, as Irishman, who appears to have left the booth for some reason, doesn't want to see his car running 37th.
I don't know why this happened, but it appears he's actually, in an attempt to get out of the booth faster, he actually just opened up the window and parachuted out.
Looks like your 4-car battle for third theory is coming to fruition, as now they seem to be running pretty much head to toe, as they cannot seem to. They've fallen about. Oh, I should say, not quite sure if they can reel in the top two. They have fallen about a second adrift to Herman.
All right, I got my drinks, man.
Alright, cool.
As I think, no, we do not have lap traffic. I would not be surprised if we saw the 03 or the 5 come back around before this race is over.
At least one more time, I would guess. The difference in pace was undeniable from what we saw earlier.
And here comes Herman for the lead.
See what happens here. Herman goes to the bottom. He's going to try to push Wrangler up the track. They're going to be side by side, coming off of turn 4. Wrangler's going to get the run on the outside. Who's going to be coming to the line? It's going to be Wrangler at the line.
You know how I mentioned lap traffic? Well, here comes the 03.
In the words,
Herman got a huge run in turn 2 there.
Wrangler is down big time.
All right, that 03 is gonna. Let's see if he's gonna be a factor.
No, probably not for Herman. Maybe if
Herman is gonna catch him. He's gonna lead his first lap of the race. He's gonna get held up by MDF. Here comes the field.
Oh, he's held up. Here comes Wrangler, and this race is. And Herman's gonna get thrown overboard on this ship.
Irishman, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay.
Irishman being about as alive right now as his car on the track, as Wrangler takes the lead. And Herman's going to continue to get stuck by the 03, which has currently got the pace of a snail.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't blame him if he dumped MDF.
Nitro, I wouldn't say that. You've been a little too generous to the snails.
I mean, that's true. I'm giving the snails too much credit. That 03 is slow out there.
Almost as if he was driving a Prius. Then again, that's what happens to you once you get involved in a crash.
Nitron is a pretty eccentric. Daryl Waltrip, a little throwback. You know, Daryl Waltrip came under the scene as a flashy rookie. You know, when he attracts, especially like Darlington. Darley, sure. Darlington. There we go.
Darlington as opposed to Darling, not so much. That was a bad
This is probably the most spread out we've seen the top 6 all day.
Well, don't hold your breath on it, because I think Nitro's about to close in a little on her. That's not Hunter, that's Wrangler.
That is the 41. That is Wrangler.
Yeah.
And as soon as I say that they were spreading out, they are clustering back up again.
They spread back, yeah. And then close up again.
Meanwhile, we got 2 of the Nick Sant racing car. Wait, no. That is not a Nick Sant racing car, the 44. Meanwhile, that is Nick Sant himself, who is still running in a pretty solid 12th place. Going to gain a lot on the championship leaders. Maybe not as much as BKR, but he's going to definitely gain quite a bit.
With luck, if BKR can manage to fall back, he might be able to gain the points, lead outright.
We are not responsible here for any of the Taco Bell incidents that happen in the booth.
Well, one of us is, but some of us more than others.
This is an overly greasy taco.
Thankfully, we're all very professional here, as you can see.
Meanwhile, we've got under 20 laps to go. Anybody have any picks out of these top 6 that's going to win this race?
Well, mine is on Wrangler.
I think it's either going to be Wrangler, Nitro, Bria, BKR, Logan, Man, or Herman.
I think that's a pretty certain estimate.
I'm gonna predict that it's gonna be a 36 car pileup, and Bacon Rocks will somehow find a way to get her car fixed and come back out and win the race.
That's serious.
I projected that a car will win the race.
All right, we got to get back to the professionalism here, as Big KR is going to get around Priya McShane for 3rd place.
Now the field goes 2x2. It's a real 2x2 challenge. 2x2.
You never want to do that in Dreamforce, especially with the Highline. It's just terrible.
Meanwhile, that 6-car pack, beginning with Pantalica, is slowly but surely starting to reel their way to the bumper of Logan, as the 53 may have given the bumper to Priya McShane.
I want to give a shout out to Pantalica here. You know, he had a pretty bad rookie season so far. And he's actually showing very legitimate speed this race.
As here comes Logan. I'm sorry. Here comes Logan, and as I said, here comes Pantalica. But Logan was setting up the 98 of McShane for 5th place.
Here comes the pack. Here comes the pack, and it's the all right.
Logan, from leading the race a long time ago to 6th.
While you two were clowning around, the top 2 have broken away by over a second.
Now it's literally coming down to a 2-horse race. 15 laps to go.
Fun drinking game for those at home. Take a shot of water every time Irishman burps. I would say do it with
Take a shot of
alcohol.
water. You urging these people to drink responsibly, man?
Yes, we endorse that everyone drink responsibly and avoid alcohol. Oh well, I say we. And also, if you were to do alcohol every time, you'd probably be dead by 2 laps to go.
No, my drink is gone. Good thing I have another one.
The wisecracks have never been more abundant than local man gets in the back of Korea.
This race is even more fun to do than Daytona was. Am I right, boys?
I think we had a little too much Miller Lite before this race started, but other than that, I think we're doing great.
Miller Lite? I don't drink that weak sauce. It's either vodka or nothing.
All right. Anyway, here comes Pantalica. He is definitely there on the 76, as Logan is still at the bumper of Priya McShane, as Wrangler has checked out.
Half a second, 10 lengths easy.
We are incredibly sorry to the editors once again. Just please keep our jobs, please, as the 41 is still leading by as about half a second, but it's pulled out now to almost 7/10 over Nitro, who isn't this just Nitro's 3rd career start? I'd say a 2nd place run is pretty impressive.
Well, Nitro, I feel like he would be the best to know about Nitro's career.
I feel like I would know a lot about him, but he's definitely fast. I'll give you that.
I've heard some rumblings about some teams who would probably try to scout and steal him for an ACS ride in the future.
Well, there was some talk that he was going to be stealing the Only on Wheels operation, because Only on Wheels would be going to 5395 Racing. So we'll have to see how that turns out.
I can say there are no rumblings of trying to steal Nitro at the Eclipse Motorsports garage.
As we enter the final 10 laps, Wrangler is still your leader.
I know the owner of the sports team very personally, and they at the moment. They currently want to stay 6 cars across.
Meanwhile, I believe we still have 41 cars on the track. I think Bacon Rocks is the only car out. Unless
back in that lap
9.
Lap 9 instant.
Yeah, I think Chemo is. I don't know. He was ahead of the 3 car, but I don't know if he went off or he just disappeared into the heavens because I don't see him anywhere on the track.
Oh, that was a painful one.
These two cannot get away from each other. I wonder if they're like. I wonder if there's like a magnet in between on the back of that 98 car that's just slowly pushing the 76 out. I'm not sure how they get away with tech inspection with that, but that's what it seems to be the case.
See, Big Blue, a thick motorsports car. Not the highest running though. It's
Big Blue will actually be in that car that's currently tailing him. He'll be in that car next season.
We're actually going back through the field here, looking at some of the cool cars. There's that really awesome-looking Ryan Newman car driven by Oak Assassin. One of my personal favorites. Yeah, it's very simple. And there's the
Generally.
Yep.
There's a Smokey Unit tribute car.
Unfortunately, I don't think the officials would have allowed to have the car horn installed on that 32 entry.
It's okay. The one finger salute can work just as good.
I mean, true.
I don't understand.
Almost entering the final, the final stretch of the race.
I guess like instead of the phone trap scroll can't they do right through the phone every time they talk. Except for you, buddy.
Meanwhile, the
entire top 5 is pretty much unchanged since like lap 50. So
I don't think that 41 is going to be caught unless something major happens. I think Nitro's just accepted his fate.
He's continuing to pull away.
We mentioned
I feel like, do you all agree? I feel like Wrangler made a good choice leaving Nick Sant Racing.
Yeah, I think he made it was a great choice, especially seeing that same car that he's leaving, he's about to very much drive to a victory if he can hang on in these final 5 or so laps.
I mean, Wrangler didn't do that. Wrangler didn't do that good. Nick Sant Racing. He took his 41 with him to Penguin Racing. Granted, Penguin Racing's not doing much better, but Wrangler's the shining piece of gold that Penguin Racing has.
I'm sure they mentioned if a caution would come out now, the race would end under yellow.
Correct.
There has to be, with the way that this league runs, it comes out with 5 to go, the race will automatically end under yellow. Right now, the only hope is anyone under
this race could end this race could end for any multitude of reasons, you know. Rex.
Another thing that should be mentioned, Nitro has closed a little bit. It was about 7/10, and now it's closer to 6/10.
You know, Rex, engine failures, beer cans on the track.
I'm getting reports that we have lost half of our viewer base.
No, come back.
Yeah, down to just less than 6 seconds. Could something be happening? I don't.
It's almost like Penguin and Sylvia have stopped trying to put money into their cars and have just thrown it all into this 41 team. Seems to be working out if that's the case.
Well, for Penguin, it's understandable. He's retiring at the end of the season. I'm not sure that Sylvia is planning to do it too.
I'm pretty sure that's due to the melting of the South Pole there, Irishman. That's probably why Penguin's going to stop driving.
2 laps to go in this race.
We've gotten a report from an anonymous source that Sylvie is also retiring. Thank you to that person.
Well, what an amazing job by Wrangler this race. He proved that he is a good driver, and he made a very good choice.
As we're coming to the white flag, and Wrangler takes it with ease, still about half back to the 56 of Nitro, and then a further second to the 2 of BKR.
This season has been known for first-time winners, hasn't it, guys?
Yep.
Yes. Nitro has closed the gap. It hasn't been a whole lot, but he has closed the gap on Wrangler. It's not going to be enough, though. Wrangler enters turn 3 and 4 Darlington for the last time. And
That's
So
all
much.
she wrote.
So many
Close
first-time winners this
as
season.
Coming
All
out
in
turn 4,
motorsports.
2016 Pale Junior throwback of Wrangler will win the Southern 100.
Bojangles, Southern 100. Thank you very much.
As Nitro, BKR, Herman, and Priya McShane round out the top 5. Results
Look
are
at-
on your screen. Or you
Look at Ben Pye, I believe, in 10th place. Pretty good
Yeah,
result
good
for
one
him.
there. Pan and 7. Results on screen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time as both series. Oh no, we're heading to Talladega. We'll see you guys at Talladega.
See ya. Signing off.
Yeah,